Hey there, welcome to another Real Time with Ray conversation. And I want to have a conversation today about love. Yes, love. And my thought is that love hurts. But I want to talk about love hurting not from the aspect of like mistreatment and mishandling and, being a dumb broad, that type of thing. And please don't take offense to the dumb broad statement. Listen, I say all the time, when I'm telling my stories or whatever, I'll say, yeah, back when I was a dumb broad, because I was a dumb broad. I don't really know too many women who haven't been a dumb broad. Like, I just don't. And what is a dumb broad? It's that chick that just loses herself, does any and everything for some guy, and she gets played. Like, she just gets played because he wasn't the guy. He never was the guy. There was no way he was going to be the guy, but and whatever he said was golden because it was what you wanted to hear, is what you needed to hear so that you would stay because you wanted it. You wanted him. You wanted that relationship. And the crazy part is, and I think this is also what makes us dumb broads too. The crazy part is that why do we want the dude that treats us like crap? That lies to us, that plays us, that mishandles us, that mistreats us, misguides us, misleads us. Like, why? But we wanted him. Back in the day, light skin was in. Maybe it's because he was light skinned, Maybe it's because he's got muscles. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. We were dumb broads. I mean, it's definitely some psychological stuff, some psychology stuff that we could, delve into that I'm very, very much aware of. But I'm just talking about, at this point, I'm asking, kind of facetiously, but on a surface level, not necessarily a deep level. But yeah, we wanted those dudes, and by default we were dumb broads. Like, we were dumb broads because we took it. They dished it and we took it, and we just kept taking it till either we couldn't take no more or he kicked us to the curb. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't want to talk about love hurting from that standpoint, from that perspective, from that view. I want to talk about love hurting because of what love is. And because of what love is, and I think the adjective that I really want to use in this conversation is selfless. Because love is selfless, it means that you've got to die to self. Yeah, that's painful. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's painful. Dying to self. I mean, there's no ego in love. There's no pride in love. There's no I in love. Like, it's just not. And so there's a dying of self that has to take place. That has to take place when you love, because it's so selfless. It's such a natural, unconscious giving of yourself. of all of you to whatever it is that you love. And it's not just a dude. It could be your mini me. It could be your vocation. It could be whatever you love. It could be your pets. Like, you sacrifice, you go over and beyond. You put them before yourself, and not in a, I'm not talking about a self-sacrificing kind of way. I'm not talking about a self-demeaning, self-belittling type of way. I'm not talking about, putting them before you in a way that minimizes you. By no means. Because listen. You can't have big love for people and be a miniature you. Like, it just doesn't work. I be cracking myself up, but yeah. You can't be a miniature you. Yeah, it doesn't work. You've got to have the capacity to match your love. You've got to have that fortitude that matches your love. You've got to be your all. You've got to be your best. You've got to be, you've got to be. Because when you think about it, when you love, you're really giving your all when there's no fear present. And there's a scripture that I'm beginning to really, really appreciate. I'm really beginning to appreciate. I've heard it. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many times, but I'm beginning to appreciate it. And it's the scripture that simply says, perfect love casts out all fear. Because when you think about it, love is it creates a confidence and a peace, right? Like, my daughter knows that I love her. She knows it. She doesn't question whether I love her. She doesn't question, if I love her. She doesn't question my love for her. She's confident about that. She's secure in that. She has peace of mind, and that's what love is supposed to do. It's supposed to give you rest. Now, don't get me wrong. There is some turbulence that comes along with love for sure. But like I said, love hurts. Love hurts. When that turbulence comes, in dealing with another person, because listen, love is not controlling. Yeah, it's far from that. It doesn't try to control. As a matter of fact, love is freeing. Love encourages you. It allows you to set people and set things free. Like, for instance, I was having a conversation with one of my super women in training. That's the millennials, right? So I'm having a conversation with one of my super women in training, and we're talking about her relationship. Okay, and so, the guy that she has a relationship with is, he has a leadership role, a high leadership role, a high position, and it's demanding. It requires a lot from him. It requires a lot. Very demanding, high stress for sure. And so what I was sharing with her is that it's really her choice, but she has to decide whether she wants to deal with that or if she can't. There's some people who just won't deal with it, but there's time when you love a person, it's not too much won't involved. It's not too much won't. It really comes down to can't, because when you love someone, there's nothing that you wouldn't do for them, except, of course, what would hurt them. because love protects, right? Love protects. That's one of the attributes of love. It protects. But to the point, I was telling her, you have to decide whether you're going to deal with it, because this is who he is. Love also accepts. Okay. So that's one of the attributes. Love accepts, it accepts you for who you are. It accepts you for where you are. Love is love. Love is not condemning. Love is not conditional, those kind of things. Love is not those things. And so, can you deal with it? Can you accept him for where he is right now, for who he is right now? Can you do it? Or can't you? And if you can't, it's okay, because it is what it is. If you can't, just because you love this person, it doesn't mean that you have to be with this person. Just because you love someone doesn't mean that they're your life partner. It doesn't mean that they're your soulmate. It doesn't mean that you guys are a lifetime. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you love them. So, and sharing that to the point of, love doesn't control. One of the things that I shared was, just take his experience, take his position into consideration. So he's already dealing with, this high stress, career and job or whatever, right? And, and it's demanding so much from him. It requires so much from him. And on top of all of that pressure, he also has the pressure of, if I don't call her, she's going to be upset with me, and she's going to get upset with me one time too many, and then she's going to break up with me. She's going to leave me. So now he's not calling because he loves you. He's not calling because he misses you. He's not calling because he just wants to hear your voice. He's calling because he now has another job. He's calling because he's obligated. He's calling because he has to. He's calling because of fear. And I just said, perfect love casts out all fear, right? So, to the point of love not controlling. So, when you look at it from his perspective, his point of view, love may cause for you to let him go, because under these conditions, it's too much stress. It's too much pressure, and it's very unhealthy. Yeah. It's tight, but it's right. But love doesn't control. So love hurts, because letting go of someone you love, being selfless, that hurts. Dying to self, letting go of what you want, that hurts. But that's what love does. Love sacrifices. Love protects. Love provides. Love builds up. Love accepts. Love does so many wonderful, wonderful things. And so what you may have been equating to an emotion, thinking that love was an emotion, oh my gosh, you're so limited. Like, love is action. Love is a verb, okay? Love is a verb all day, every day. Love is a verb, and it requires action, okay? So those were my thoughts. I would love to know what your thoughts are, because, this is a serious topic here. But also, I wanted to let you all know that you'll always be able to find me, any of my podcasts, when you come to my pages, my social media, at Rae Shares Solutions, RAE Shares Solutions. But those are my thoughts. Share yours in the comments, and bye for now.